All right, 7.NS.3, we're going to look at problem 5. Let's look at problem 5. In the morning, the hikers did all this stuff. They hiked this far, took a break, then hiked this far. The group then stopped for lunch in the afternoon. The group hiked 4/3 miles, took a break, and then hiked this many. Which of the following statements are true? So they hiked 3/4 miles more in the morning than afternoon than morning, or 3/4 miles more in the morning than in the afternoon. Okay, so pretty much we need to add up how much in the morning and how much in the afternoon. So let's start with the morning. So the morning was 3 3/4, and we're going to add the rest after the break, which is 2 3/4. So let's add that up. So when we add that up, we get 3 3 is 6/4, and 3 plus 2 is 5. But the numerator is bigger, so this is actually, well, it's bigger by 1 2/4. So 6 2/4, which is 6 1/2. This is what they hiked in the morning. Now let's go to the afternoon. In the afternoon, the group hiked 4 3/4 miles and then hiked 2 1/2. So the first thing we would need to do here is get a common denominator, and that denominator is 4. So 4 3/4 plus, multiply both of these by 2, 2 2/4. Since the denominators are now the same, we can add. So this gives us 6 5/4. 3 plus 2 is 5, keep that over 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. But the numerator is bigger, and it's bigger by 1 1/4, so this becomes 7 1/4. Okay. So what's true? Did they hike more in the afternoon than the morning? Well, let's find the difference here. Obviously, they hiked more in the afternoon than in the morning. So we know that B cannot be the answer. And C cannot be the answer because it's not the same. So we can cross out B and C. So we just need to see if it was 3/4 more. So we have to subtract these. So 7 1/4 minus 6 1/2, which becomes, we need a common denominator. So this becomes 7 1/4 minus 6 2/4, because we multiply the top and bottom by 2. But we notice that 1 minus 2, well, we can't have that, so we have to borrow 1 from the 7, which makes this 6 5/4 minus 6 2/4. Because when you borrow 1, you add 4/4, which is a whole, and if you add 4/4 here, you get 5/4. So here you get 5 minus 2 is 3/4. We're going to bring the answer down here. And 6 minus 6 is 0, so 3/4. So they walked 3/4 more in the afternoon than in the morning. So the hikers hiked 3/4 more in the afternoon than the morning, so A works, but this is also a select all, so it's not just A. How many did they hike altogether? Let's see if we get that. So we already got common denominators. And instead of subtracting like we did here, we don't want the difference, we want the total. So we're actually just going to do this again, except we're going to add. So we have 7 1/4, that's the afternoon, plus the morning, which is 6 1/2. Because we have the total in the morning, total in the afternoon. And when we add these, what we need a common denominator, so that's 7 1/4 plus 6 2/4. When we add these, we get, that becomes 3/4, and 7 plus 6 is 13 3/4. So the answer is also E. So two answers there, the one we talked about a little bit ago, and also